Welcome back to Friendly Fluency, the podcast where we help you build the skills and the mindset for English fluency. I'm David.
And I'm Anna. So glad to be back. David, let me ask you something. Have you ever made a big goal, say for New Year's? Something like, this year, I will become fluent in English.
Wow, absolutely. And then by January 15th, that big, exciting goal is, well, gone.
Gone? You're back on the sofa, feeling a little bit guilty, and you haven't opened your textbook in a week.
Exactly. We've all been there. We have these huge ambitions. We want to be fluent. We want to be successful. But those big goals are so overwhelming, we don't know where to start. So most of the time, we just don't.
Or we try to do too much too fast. We study for 3 hours on Monday, feel like a hero, and then we feel so exhausted that we take a break for the rest of the month.
This is the biggest problem in learning. We think fluency comes from one big, heroic effort. But the truth is the exact opposite.
And that is what we are talking about today. We're discussing one of the most powerful books in the world, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and how its ideas can guarantee your English progress.
We're talking about the 1% rule and how getting just 1% better every day is the real secret to fluency.
And of course, we'll have our friendly vocab focus at the end, where we'll teach you keywords like consistency, habit stacking, and identity.
This episode isn't just a lesson, it's a whole new system for learning. So let's get started.
Okay, David. So you mentioned that big, heroic effort, studying for 3 hours. Why does that fail?
Because it's not sustainable. Our motivation is like a battery. That 3-hour study session uses 100% of your motivation battery for the entire week. For the next 6 days, your battery is at 0.
So you can't rely on motivation. We talked about this in our Finding Your Why episode. But Atomic Habits gives us a different solution. It says, forget the goal. Focus on the system.
What does that mean? Forget the goal? I thought the goal was fluency.
Well, the goal is good to have. It gives you direction. But James Clear says you should focus on your system. Your system is the collection of your daily habits. He says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
Wow. Okay, let me think about that. You fall to the level of your systems. So if my system is I study when I feel motivated, my system is broken, and I will fall to that level, which is 0.
Exactly. But what if your system was, I study for 5 minutes every day at 8 a.m.? That's a strong system. And this is where the 1% rule comes in.
The 1% rule. I love this. The idea is that if you get just 1% better at something every day, after 1 year, you will be, wait for it, 37 times better.
37 times! It's the power of compounding. It's like interest in a bank. 1% seems like nothing. 5 minutes of study? That's nothing. It doesn't feel like you're making progress.
But that nothing, done every day, becomes everything. It's the small, atomic habit that builds the fluent person. Atomic means tiny, but also the source of immense power.
So the secret to fluency isn't a 3-hour study session. The secret is a 5-minute study session repeated 365 times.
Okay, so our listeners are probably thinking, great, 5 minutes, I can do that. But how? How do I make that habit stick?
This is the best part of the book. James Clear gives us 4 simple laws to build a good habit. 1. Make it obvious. 2. Make it attractive. 3. Make it easy. 4. Make it satisfying.
Let's break that down for learning English. Law 1, make it obvious.
This means your environment should tell you what to do. If your textbook is in a dusty box under your bed, that is not obvious.
That is make it invisible.
Right. So make it obvious means put your English textbook on your pillow. When you go to bed, you have to physically move it. It's obvious. Or change your phone's language to English. Put the Friendly Fluency podcast app on your home screen.
I love that. So you don't need motivation to find your textbook, it finds you.
Exactly. Now, law 2, make it attractive. Your brain must want to do it.
How can we make grammar attractive?
You pair it with something you love. This is a technique called temptation bundling. You bundle or combine something you want to do with something you need to do.
Oh, so I am only allowed to drink my delicious morning coffee while I am listening to a 5-minute English podcast.
Yes, or I am only allowed to watch my favorite show on Netflix if I watch it with English subtitles. You make the habit attractive by connecting it to a reward you already love.
Okay, that's smart. What's law 3?
Make it easy. This is the most important one. We already talked about it. Don't try to study for an hour. The habit should take less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes? What can you do in 2 minutes?
You can learn one new vocabulary word. You can read one paragraph of a news article. You can listen to 1 minute of this podcast. The goal is not to learn. The goal is to show up.
It's about building the habit of showing up. You can't fail a 2-minute habit. It's so easy, you can't say no.
And 9 times out of 10, that 2-minute study session turns into 10 minutes or 20. But even if it doesn't, you still won. You kept the habit alive.
And law 4, make it satisfying. Your brain needs a reward immediately.
This is tricky for English because the reward, fluency, is months or years away. Your brain doesn't care about that.
So you have to create a small, immediate reward. The best way? A habit tracker. Get a calendar, and every time you do your 2-minute habit, you put a big X on that day.
Yes, the X is the reward. It feels satisfying to see a chain of 10, 20 X's in a row. Your goal is simple. Don't break the chain. That feeling of not breaking the chain is more satisfying than feeling motivated.
So to review, 1, obvious, put your textbook on your pillow. 2, attractive, drink coffee only while listening to English. 3, easy, start with just 2 minutes. 4, satisfying, put an X on your calendar.
That is the system for fluency.
And we actually have a challenge for you right now, a habit stacking challenge.
Yes, we want you to create your own habit stack. Think of a habit you already do every day, like brush my teeth, or make coffee, or get on the bus.
Now add a 2-minute English habit right after it. For example, after I make my morning coffee, I will listen to one song in English.
Or after I brush my teeth at night, I will review one vocabulary word.
It's that simple. Tell us your habit stack in the comments. We want to read them. Okay, now there's one last idea from the book that's even more powerful. It's the idea of identity.
Ooh, this one's deep.
James Clear says the goal isn't to read a book. The goal is to become a reader.
The goal isn't to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner.
So the goal isn't to study English. The goal is to
become an English speaker or become an English learner. It's a shift in your identity.
What does that mean in a practical way?
It means you stop saying, I have to study English. That's a chore. You start saying, I am an English learner. This is part of who I am.
So when it's time to study, you're not forcing yourself to do something. You are simply acting like the person you believe you are. What would an English learner do right now? Oh, they'd probably listen to a podcast.
Every time you do your 2-minute habit, you are casting a vote for your new identity. 1 X on the calendar equals 1 vote for I am an English learner. Do this for 30 days, you have 30 votes. Your brain starts to believe it.
You are literally changing your mind, changing your identity, one small habit at a time. That is how you build fluency that lasts.
It's not about the goal. It's about who you become.
And part of becoming an English learner is learning the words to describe these ideas. Welcome to our Friendly Vocab Focus.
This is where we break down those key words so you can use them. Today's first word is the most important one: consistency. Consistency.
Consistency is a noun. It means doing something the same way or showing up over and over again. It's the opposite of that 3-hour hero session.
For example, the key to learning English is not intensity, it's consistency. It's better to study for 10 minutes every day than 2 hours once a week.
Our second phrase is a great one from the book: habit stacking.
Stacking means putting one thing on top of another. Habit stacking is a way to make a new habit obvious. The formula is: after I current habit, I will new habit.
You stack the new habit on top of an old one.
Our third word is the big one: identity.
Identity is a noun. It means who you are, the qualities, beliefs, and personality that make you you.
For example, don't just focus on the goal of fluency, focus on building the identity of an English learner.
And our final word, also from Atomic Habits, is sustainable.
Sustainable is an adjective. It means something you can continue to do for a very long time without getting tired or quitting.
Studying for 3 hours a day is not sustainable. A 15-minute daily habit is sustainable.
Try to use one of those words this week. Maybe you can build a sustainable habit for consistency.
And that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Friendly Fluency.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson.
This is David.
And this is Anna. Thanks for listening. And here's to your 1% progress today.